guys, my name's Saffy, Sprocket, and welcome back to the channel. This week we're on the DFDS Kingways Ferry and we're going from Newcastle to Amsterdam. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I made this ferry by the skin of my teeth. I arrived about 10 minutes before the vehicles were finished checking in and they very graciously allowed me to get on the ferry with my bike nonetheless. But I did have to park my bike in the freight section. So that's going to be interesting getting off because I have to get off with the lorries. So it's going to be absolutely terrifying. But it's fine because look where we are. We are on our way. There's no stopping us. It's going to be so exciting. Now, if you guys have just tuned into the channel and you want to know what on earth is going on, I'm currently en route to Europe, and the reason I'm en route is because I'm determined to raise money for the Northwest Air Ambulance, and so I'm going to be doing a 360 tour around Europe, mimicking a helicopter blade. If you guys do want to donate to the charity, I do have a link in my description below. I am so incredibly excited to be doing this project, and I'm so incredibly excited to be on this boat, especially because I nearly didn't. So in last week's episode, I arrived to the ferry a whole 40 minutes late, and I just managed to make it on board by the skin of my teeth. However, I was then faced with a new problem. I was convinced I had left my luggage keys at home. Now folks, I did eventually find my keys after 15 minutes of searching. However, because I was so late, I didn't really have time to go through my luggage and decide what I wanted to take on board. So I quickly just grabbed whatever luggage I could and then headed for the stairs.
There's only one convenient way out. You can use those sliding doors.
Now folks, because I had arrived so late on the ferry, it meant that I wasn't able to access the lifts from where my bike was parked. So of course, would it really be a relaxing holiday to Europe if it didn't involve climbing 6 floors of stairs in a full motorcycle outfit?
To then walk back into the car deck.
Thank you. It's not stairs all the way to the top, is it? Oh my god. Okay. Thank you. So I successfully managed to make it a whole 4 flights until the staff came to find me. Luckily for me, she managed to take me across the ship and find an elevator that would apparently send me straight up to the floor that I was sleeping on. Now folks, this is where things started to get a little bit odd, because when the elevator apparently stopped where I was sleeping, I was then greeted by 2 members of staff from the ship. 1016.
1016, yes. Can I borrow your door card?
Yeah.
Nice outfit, huh?
It's a bit warm.
Yes. We saw you on the outside.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the last one.
Thank you.
I will write here the code number.
Okay.
In the door.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. What is going on? So, I think DFDS might have found out I'm coming on board because it turns out the issue with my tickets is that I have a very nice room. But I've shown up looking like this. Look at me. I later learned that in order to make sure the fundraiser had the best possible start, DFDS surprised me with this wonderful room so that I could get a good night's sleep. However, the generosity didn't just end there. Apparently they saw that I was planning to live on military rations for the duration of the trip, and so they organised a send-off 3-course meal that evening, but they also organised breakfast on board the morning after. This meant that the moment we arrived in Amsterdam, I could simply jump off the boat and straight into the challenge. On average, DFDS transports over 21,000 bikers a year, just between the UK and Europe alone, so they wanted to make sure that by the time I arrived in Amsterdam, I was well fed and refreshed, ready to hit the ground running. Look at that! Oh my god, that's the front of the boat. What the How am I supposed to go to dinner looking like this? Oh my gosh. What is going on? This is what happens, right? When you plan to sleep in a forest. And then somehow ended up in like one of the best rooms on the boat. But you're still dressed. You're still dressed like you're gonna be sleeping in a forest. I hope this. How do I end up in these situations? How do I end up in these situations? Okay, so I think this is as good as it's gonna get. I've washed my hair at least. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. And then my shoes. If I'd have known, I would have packed nicer clothes. Okay, so I'm gonna go have a little bit of a snoop around on the different decks. I don't know what's on each floor, but I'm very curious to find out. So let's go.
Whilst you might be aware this is the very first time taking my motorcycle on a ferry to Europe, what you might not know is that this is actually the very first time that I'd been on a ferry full stop. Before this point in my life, I'd never experienced what it felt like to stand in the middle of the ocean and get to watch the joys of seeing the waves crash by. I honestly can't begin to explain just how magical this moment was for me.
Oh man, this feels like an attraction in itself. Let's have a little. Oh my gosh. I wonder if we can get up there. This is my first time on a real ferry. So exciting. Oh, I love the ocean so much. I'm so excited to be here. Oh, I love the ocean. It's so good.
After quite a considerable amount of time outside, I did eventually manage to drag myself inside the boat for dinner. Hi, I think I have a booking, but I'm not sure. They said I've got food somewhere. Does it matter that I'm dressed like this, or is that okay? Because I didn't know. Thank you.
No dress requirement.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. Alright, so for tonight, the soup of the day is tomato soup. Just call your waiter when you're ready.
Okay.
Alright,
Thank you. I'm so full, I couldn't possibly. Thank you. So, after dinner, I decided to go get some much needed fresh air.
Oh, I think I ate too much food. I had to come out for some fresh air. Oh gosh.
However, things took a turn for the worst when my room key flew overboard in the wind. So I then had the joys of traipsing down to reception to sort that out.
You lost somewhere back
It was the one upstairs. Yeah.
This is cancel the card just in case someone will find it. So please put this one first in the door and activate this one.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Don't lose your key card.
And after all that excitement, I was finally ready to sleep. The morning after, I woke up incredibly early, partly because I wanted to watch the sunrise on the deck, and partly because I was extremely nervous.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
However, I felt like a girl on a mission. I felt like I was someone with an amazing opportunity, not only to do something greater in the world and potentially affect someone's life for the better, but I felt like with this trip, with it being the longest trip yet, would really determine whether I enjoyed motorcycle touring or not. And truth be told, part of me was worried that I might return without the same passion and enthusiasm. I knew that this trip was going to give me both positive and negative situations, but I also knew that what was really important was how I reacted to them. This wasn't going to be like a weekend away where I could be my silly, forgetful self. I really needed to step up my game this time. Not only because the whole fundraiser was dependent on me, but also for my own safety too. The reality of the situation is that I would soon be completely alone, and I needed to step up emotionally to deal with whatever would come my way. I swiftly headed down for breakfast, and I tried to eat as much as I could in anticipation of what was going to be a difficult road ahead. As I sat down and ate breakfast, all I could see out the window was the land getting closer and closer.
Ooh, we're here, look at it, we're pulling into land. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Okay, I think I'm supposed to get packed up and go load my bike up. But I also kind of want to watch the... Okay, no, I have to. I'm in the freight section. I'll have to be really quick. I've got to like pack everything up.
Unfortunately for me, I'd spent so long romanticizing my life aboard the boat, I completely neglected to pack any of my belongings in my room and head down to the car deck to find my motorcycle. However, it was at this point I realised I'd made the biggest rookie biker mistake ever. I didn't note where I'd parked my bike.
You're late, ma'am.
So I had the choice of wandering around trying to work out what deck I was on, going up and down the stairs. Now I knew that I did have some leeway despite the cars already disembarking from the ship as I was parked in the lorry section. However, I just could not find where my bike was, and neither could the staff. The staff helped me scan the deck tirelessly, and we squished between lorries, trucks and vans, constantly searching for a pink motorcycle going from deck to deck to deck, but we just couldn't seem to find it. It was at this point my biggest fear began to set in. What if it had disappeared? It should be here. Unless it's... I found it! It's over here! Sorry, thank you so much. I found it, it's fine. Thank you. We were finally here, and in that moment I knew, whilst I needed to step up my game and be more prepared for the trip ahead, it was most likely not going to happen. However, there was no turning back now. This trip was going to happen whether I liked it or not.